Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the How Can I Help My Child series. We started the series about 10 or so minutes ago, but realized that the audio was not responsive. And so we went on for 4 or 5 minutes before we realized that we were not even audible. Sorry about this, but we're back now. If you can hear me, you can see me. Let me know that you can in the comment section. I started by saying that every child every child has a genius within them, and every child needs at least one adult or one caregiver, one significant adult in their life who believes in the dream that the child has not even dreamt yet. That significant adult who believes in the giant, in the talent, in the skills, in the gifts that God has blessed that child with, and is ready and available to help the child tap in to meet the genius or that giant that is within them. My name is Marybeth Chima, and I am the founder of the Parenting Through Mentorship Academy and PTM Resources. I am also the proud matron of the Mastermind Circle, and I am the host of the How Can I Help My Child? How can I support my child to succeed, or can I support my child series? All right. If you are here, you can see me, you can hear me. Please let me know in the comments that you can see me and you can hear me so that I can shoot. Today, we are looking at how can I support my child to pursue their talents and their interests. How can I support my child to pursue their hobbies and their interests? Because usually at the beginning of uh, at the beginning, we do not know what it is that our children have, whether these are talents or these are just things that the children love to do. It is until we start paying attention that we would know which of their hobbies or which of the things that they are interested in could be real talent that they have been blessed with. If you are here watching me right now and you can see me clearly, please let me know that you can see me and you can hear me. If you are joining us on YouTube, then if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, it's a good time to just hit that subscription button and remember to click on the notification so that you get to know when we are live and you can join us. Apart from that, we have tons of resources on our YouTube channel that you can use to support you on your parenting journey. If you are on Facebook, then why don't you go ahead and invite a friend who needs to be here, especially if your friend is the parent of a preteen or a teenager or even a toddler? Yes, we like to say that the right time to prepare for war, because parenting is war, is before you get to every phase in your parenting. Because if you're a parent of a young child, school age child, or a toddler, then you need to be a part of the show, because what you're doing is you are building your arsenal, you are loading up your toolbox so that when the time comes, you are equipped to support your preteens and your teenager. So let's jump right into the show for today. If this is your first time that you're joining the show, let me know in the comments that this is your first. And it is the first time that you're meeting me. I am super excited to meet you. Let me also know that so that I can send you a huge, huge virtual hug. All right. I like to meet new people in the community. All right. So let's look at what we can do as parents to support our children. What we can do to support our children and point them towards pursuing their hobbies and, of course, the things that they are interested in. As I said at the beginning, what a child needs is at least one dedicated, one present, significant adult in their lives. This could be their parents, this could be their mentor, this could be their coach, this could be someone that is really close. But the pegs are so high, the benefits are so high if this significant adult in the child's life happens to be their parent, because there are so many things that can come into play in there. All right, the fact that this is your child, the fact that you have a connection, the fact that your intention towards this child is pure, okay, and the fact that the child already sees you as someone that they can trust. So it makes it very easy for you to guide, to direct, and to point them to the things that are important. All right, if you're with me, don't just be in the background, please. Let me know in the comments that you are with me, that you have joined me, and that you are on this stream right now. All right, just give me a second. Let me do a bit of housekeeping, because I am not sure that we are I'm not getting any feedback. So please, if you can give me feedback, I would like that, so that I know that we are together. All right. So in the meantime, let's do some housekeeping, just to be sure that you can even hear me in the first place, because how can you give me feedback if you can't hear me? All right. So I need to be sure that someone is listening and can hear me right now. All right, so I'm just going to assume. So let me just start and assume that someone is probably hearing me right now and haven't just come round to giving me feedback. All right, so yes, our children will grow from when they are little children, okay, and as they grow, as little children, we will find out that they are very busy. Children are usually very busy, especially during the toddler phase. I've talked a lot about why our children are very busy during this time, okay? And I have said many times that it is because there is a natural pull by nature, okay? There's a natural pull by nature for the child to develop in in all areas of their life. There's a natural pull to help the child develop. There's a natural pull that is preparing the child for autonomy. There's a natural pull by nature to help the child become independent. So nature pulls the child to the things in the child's environment that will help the child build the skills that the child needs to become an individual, all right, to support themselves, the skills that the child needs to navigate life on their own. So when you see your child jumping around, you see your child wanting to play, you see your child wanting to tinker with things, you see your child trying to understand the things in the environment. What that child is doing is the child is responding to nature's call for them to be independent, to understand their environment, to be autonomous. So it's your part as a parent to recognize these phases in your child's life and to create or provide the right stimulation in their environment to ensure that this development and growth is happening effectively. All right, sorry, I'm trying to do a bit of housekeeping here because I need to be sure that I am audible. All right, I need to be sure that you can hear me. Sorry, Philip, if you are here, you will be helping me a lot. If you are here, I won't have to do what I'm doing right now, so I will need you to help me know if you are here and if you can hear me and see me. All right, just give me a second. All right, so I still need to know if you can hear me and you can see me, please. It will help me a lot and it will help me just move on with what it is that we are doing. If I can see and I can know that you can see me and you can hear me. I just don't want to go on like we did the last time and then realize that I am not being seen or I'm not being heard. All right. All right. So yes. So I said it's nature's natural way. Oh God, this is not happening. Sorry, I will need to be sure about this. I'm so sorry about this. Just give me a minute. This is not the plan. This wasn't the plan. But we have to do what we have to do. We need to be sure that we are live before we can continue. Just give me a second with this one. Sorry if you're here. I can see you and I can hear you. God bless you. Thank you very much. Rare. Thank you so much, for that. Please, where are you joining me on? Are you joining me on Facebook or on YouTube? Because I need to be sure. Okay, looks like you're joining me on Instagram. Can you see me on Facebook? If you're on Facebook and you can see me, can you let me know that you can see me on Facebook also? Let me know where you're joining me from. If you can see me on Facebook, I would like that also, so that I know that we are together. All right, I will just have to go. Okay, I think we should just move on. I can see you on YouTube. All right, then. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so we will just have to take to the issue as it is. Let's move on. Thank you for your response, please. All right, so let's go. So today we've already spent so much time already, so let's just move right into it. So today we're looking at how we can support our children to get our children to pursue their interests and the things that are their hobbies. Why are they pursuing their hobbies? Why are they pursuing their interests? I said right from when the children are young, you will notice that your children are jumpy, the children want to play, the children want to do things. And if you're paying attention, you will find out that there are specific things that the children love to do over and over again. And as you pay attention more and more, you realize that there are certain things that they do so well. Okay, amongst those things that you can call their interests or the things that you can call their hobbies, you realize that there are some of these things that your children do exceptionally well. Now, when you look at this and you're paying attention to this and you begin to look at patterns, so that's what we say to parents. You want to pay attention to patterns. You want to see the patterns. How is it that your child, engages with the things that they engage with in their environment? What are those things that they constantly engage in? And when they do, can you pick, what is in that thing, in that hobby, or in that, interest that the child has that can be harnessed? There's always something that can be harnessed. Okay, it's as simple as your child loving to tinker with things and put things together. So what it means is this is a child that has the capacity to build things or create things from scratch. Now, if you notice, your child is always tinkering with things and somehow is able to create some meaningfulness out of the things that he tinkers with. It means that if you give the child the right resources, the child may be able to pull together things that will make sense. Okay, now this kind of child should be encouraged, basically. All right, we'll be looking at how you can encourage this kind of child. It could be that child that just loves sound and loves to create melodious sounds. So you realize the child is always hitting on things and beating on drums, and all of that. He's always making sound. If you pay attention and not just think of, all the sounds that the child is making as noise, if you pay attention, you may see right in there that your child is creating good rhythm. You will see right there that there is rhythm that is coming out from all the banging and hitting that the child is doing. So what does it say to you? It could point you to the fact that your child has got ears for music. Okay, it could be a child that just knows how to, it just understands concepts like really very easy. When you are taking nature walks, and you begin to point the child to arithmetic sense, for instance, oh, look at that, I see 2 flowers. Okay, and before you know it, the child is able to extend that experience that you have. And the child is beginning to make sense of more things. The child is inclined to numbers and all of that. It could just be right there that your child is actually inclined to numbers and quantities, and all of that. So that child could be someone who understands math concept and the concept, of, more and less and all of that. So that points you to the child being someone that is data oriented. You understand? The child could be data oriented. So you're beginning to think of things in that area that you can help the child harness. It could be a child that is just into telling stories, endless stories. Your child wants to tell stories, and all of that. They make up their own stories. I hope you know that is creativity on its own. In fact, they get to a point you will hear them talking to their friends and making up stories that did not happen. Okay, rather than just say to the child, oh, you were lying and all of that. You want to look, because every child at some point, especially for those of them who love to tell stories, at some point they just want to keep telling stories because they love the fact that they are engaging you and they are getting their attention, your attention. So anything to engage you and get your attention is what they want. And isn't that what I am doing right now? Getting your attention and engaging you. So when you have a child who is like this, it's already pointing you to so many things. That could be a writer, that could be, someone who tells stories for a living, that could be someone who can create impact by, articulating, sense and sharing this with people. So there is a lot that can go on there if you can just pay attention to those small things that ordinarily you would neglect. But it entails that as a parent you are present, as a parent that you are paying attention to patterns, and as a parent you are willing to go on that journey with your child. All right, so I'm going to take you, because we don't have time, I'm going to jump right into it and take you through 4 steps. We like to do 4 steps, right, in this program, because it's a short program, and usually we just want to come in here and share real deep tips with you that you can use, apply in your journey, okay, and answer the questions, because all these questions we ask are questions that parents are already asking us. So because parents ask us these questions, we put these questions together and we share, because we know that more parents are probably asking these questions quietly or silently, or are struggling to answer these questions at their end of the network. We come in here and we try to answer this question so that you can take it and run with, if this is one of the things that you are struggling with. All right, so I'm going to share with you 4 acronyms, right, that you can use to support your child, encourage your child, support your child, inspire your child, and care for your child. All right, I'm going to use the letter of these to share with you what it is that we're talking about. Now, in engaging your child, you want to make sure that you are interested in the things that your child does. So I said already, you want to pay attention, right, in what your child is doing. So paying attention means I'm interested in what it is that you are doing. And this begins right from when they are little babies. This begins right from when they begin to crawl. As they're crawling, you're already paying attention, and you are already looking out for the patterns, right, in their play, for the patterns, especially for the time where your child is self-playing, self-leading. All right, the time that your child is playing alone, these are the times that you want to pay attention to. All right, you want to pay attention to those small things. You want to also pay attention to that small things, the treasures that your child begins to store up for themselves. That box, if you pay attention, you will see that your child has his own treasure trove somewhere where he's storing up his special things. You want to look at those special things every now and then. They will point you to the things that interest your child. They point you to the things that your child loves. All right, so pay attention to these patterns and all of that, and show an interest in it. Very key. In fact, from time to time, you want to even stop and be a part of what it is that the child is doing. When you are, then you will find out that every time that you are around, the child wants to invite you, or the child wants to do more, so that you are attracted, or you are enticed to be a part of his play, or be a part of his experience, what it is that he enjoys. All right, you want to also nurture. You want to nurture whatever it is that you find out eventually that your child is interested. I hope you can still see me, and that you can see me clearly and you can hear me clearly. So please let me know if you have a problem with seeing me, and if you have a problem with hearing me clearly. All right, because even the network is glitchy right now. All right, so you want to nurture whatever it is that you now notice. So you notice that your child is always, hitting on all kinds of stuff around the house, trying to make sounds from them. So what you want to do is you want to start introducing musical instruments, in small ways. You do not necessarily have to go and get a drum straight away. you can actually do a DIY kind of drum. When we were growing up, we would actually take a tin and we would cut, right? We will actually, yeah, my brothers used to do that. They will actually cut, the base of it, using the tin cutter, and then they put like a balloon, right? Yeah, I can still remember. They put like a balloon. You actually, nicely tear the balloon and then open it wide, and you use it to like cover the top of the tin, or yeah, like a peak milk tin or any of those big tins. You cover it, and then the child can actually drum on it and make sounds and all of that. And there are many other materials. You can actually use nylon bags or any other material that can give sounds. In fact, you can create different drums for the child that make different sounds using different materials to, as a cover over it. That alone is, enough. Because that is intriguing for the child, knowing that they can actually drum, and get different sounds from each of these. Okay, you want to get other instruments or other things that can create different kinds of sounds, clashing sound, those kind of different, tingling sounds, clashing sounds, thumping sounds, just so that you are introducing the child's ears to more kinds of sounds or different kinds of sounds, that are possible. Now, when you're doing this, you are training the child's ears, for music. You are allowing the child become creative with what it is that he's doing. You are stimulating the child. Then as time goes on, of course, if you notice the child's interest is increasing in this thing, then you start introducing like real musical instruments, small ones. All right, go to the arts and crafts shops. You can get something there that you can use. And as the child grows older, or you realize that the child, is really interested in this, you will get to the point in your process where you can bring in someone they can learn from, or you can take them to a place where they can learn. Don't ever leave your child at the point where the child remains at one spot doing the same thing, not improving. When you realize, or when you see that the child has, achieved so much from a particular phase, for instance, you have been tying or closing up scenes for them to make sounds with, and the child has mastered it such that he can actually make different sounds. He can understand the difference between the different sounds. He can make melody, out of all of it. Then you know that this child has got it. Then you want to move them a notch to the next level. And this is the point where they're probably learning, in a music school or something like that. And then you continue to go. So it's your job as a parent to engage them, to nurture them, all right, to nurture whatever skill or whatever interest that you see in the child. Of course, all of this will come with you observing. Remember, we're looking at encourage. Okay, all of this will come with you encouraging or observing what it is that the child is doing. It's because you're observing that you're able to see that the child is interested in music in the first place. It's because you're observing that you're able to see, or that the child has now mastered the different sounds that come from each of the DIY drums that you have made for the child. It's because you're observing that you can see that the child is making good music already, and the child is creating his own melody, right? It's because you are listening, or you are paying attention, you are observing that this happens. So through your observation, you're able to move the child to the next milestone, understanding that there we need to harness. All right, you need to be understanding also. All right, you understand. So whatever it is that your child is doing, you want to understand what it takes for the child to excel in that area. So you want to know what it takes. You want to know, okay, how far the child can go with this, or what the child should be learning at their age, or what is possible, with that skill. So you want to understand. You also want to understand how this affects the child. You want to understand, is there a particular time that he loves to do this? Is there a particular time, that is this high moment that he does this? You want to pay attention and then understand, so that when the child, begins to get deeper into this, it doesn't become a thing of pressure. You're able to understand how it is that the child enjoys this, okay, and the child's pattern, okay, even with that skill or that thing that the child loves to do. Very key. Now you want to respect what it is that the child loves. You could see something and you think that this is what it is that the child is good at, all right? And as a parent, naturally, you want to point your child to what it is that the child is good at, because we know that we excel in the things that come easy to us. We excel in the things that we do not have to, stress too much to achieve. All right. If you want to be successful, or you want your child to be successful, pay attention to the things that the child does and the child enjoys while the child is doing. Pay attention to the things that the child does better than the average person. Pay attention to the thing that the child does, and there is a sense of fulfillment or satisfaction that comes from it. Something that the child can do and the child can get lost in, and that thing is beneficial to other people, right? It's beneficial to other people, and it gives the child a sense of satisfaction. When you pay attention to this, then you're able to help the child. Now, you could find that at some point that the child loses interest in that particular thing. Now, you need to be, understand that it's the child first before you. All right. So, as much as you want their good, it's important that the child is in sync with you, okay, when it comes to the things that you believe. So, yes, introduce them to this, create opportunities for them, then allow them, get into it. Now, at some point after they have gotten into it, if they say, this is not it for me, I am not loving it, or I'm not enjoying it, or you see that the child is withdrawn from it, then you want to step back and respect the fact that the child is an individual and there is really no one. I mean, I know we say this as parents, I know what is best for you. Trust me, there's really no one that knows what is best for the child more than the child, especially when it has to do with something that the child has to express, okay? Especially when it has to do with something that comes from within. All right. If the child is into it, you will see that the child is into it. All right. Now, you also need to learn to adapt to the fact that the child has moved from one thing to the other. You also need to adapt also to the fact that the child has improved in that thing and the child is ready for a new level. All right. You also need to help the child understand, right, that there is a process to everything, and help them, help them ease into every phase of their journey, even as they move on their journey towards gaining mastery in the in the areas of their hobbies, their talents, their gifts, and all of that. So if you as a parent cannot adapt, okay, you may not be able to support the child to adapt. If you, first of all, will not adapt to the fact that, oh, this child has moved on from this level and the child is ready for the next level, and you adapt to that, then of course you're unable to help the child to harness, their potential. You are not able to help them maximize their potential. Now, you are a custodian. Your primary job, one of your primary jobs in the life of your child, is to guide your child. So to guide your child, you must have knowledge in that area. To guide your child, you must know, you must make sure that it's not about you. It's more about the child. It's more about how is this thing going to impact the life of that child? How is this thing going to make this child the best version of themselves? How is this thing going to make a difference in the life of the child more? So that you are not about you and you are not trying to live your life through that child. So we need to be clear on this, making sure that we're not living our lives through our children, but rather we have the knowledge that we need. We have the information that we need to guide the child effectively in the area, right, of their interest and of their talents. Because if you do not know what it takes to guide the child, then you are not able to help the child, reach their full potential. A lot of times we think that there are no opportunities out there, okay? The truth is, there are so many opportunities out there. The reason why we are not taking those opportunities, a lot of us are not taking those opportunities, is because we don't even know that they are available. And we don't know that they are available because we are not interested in getting knowledge. We are not interested in researching. We're not interested in some home findings ourselves. Because if you decide to, or if you decide to today, right, my child is interested in this thing, and because I'm guiding the child, I will have to find out. I will have to know. I will have to get deep insight into this thing, okay, so that I know how to guide my child. Now, when you do this, you realize that you are able to, connect with opportunities. You're able to see the opportunities that are available. You're able to see what it is that your child can do with the talents that they have, with the interest that they have, and of course, with the things that they love and they enjoy doing. So very key. You must be a parent that is positioned to encourage your child. Engage your child. Engage with what it is that your child loves to do. Nurture them. Observe what they are doing. Be understanding towards that child. Respect the child. Be ready to adapt to the needs of the child, okay, and the needs of what it is that your child is pursuing, and position yourself to be a parent who is a guardian to your child in this area. Very key. The next one we're going to be looking at is support. Your child needs your support. If you're going to raise a child who is going to pay attention or pursue the things that they are interested in and the things that are their hobbies, then you will position yourself to be a solid support system behind that child. Remember, you are even where it all begins. It is your ability to observe the patterns in your child that, first of all, will birth that dream, or that will birth that thing that the child is not even able to dream of yet. I said at the beginning that every child needs, and I quoted that in one of my books, Bedtime Stories for Champions, right? I said that every child in this book, I quoted this in this book, I said every child needs one significant adult in their life who can see a vision that the child is not even capable of seeing yet, who can see the dream that the child is not even capable of dreaming of yet. All right? Position yourself to help your child harness their talent. Thank you very much, ma'am. All right. So a child is blessed to have at least one significant adult in their lives who has positioned themselves this way. And if your child gets two in their both parents, that child is so blessed, basically. But hey, are you that one parent that's going to position yourself? Please do by all means and be ready to support the child. Because after seeing all of this that you can see in the child, then nothing is going to happen until the child has the right support. How can we support our child? Number one, you need to show up. You need to show up. Being present is the first way that you show up for your child in life. Being present in their life. When I say present, I mean intentionally deciding to be a part of your child's life. And do you know that being a part of your child's life or being present can mean as little as 15 to 30 minutes in a day? You just need to make it a point as a parent that I will leave everything and pay attention to this child for 15 minutes every day. You could be a parent of 4 children, and you can say to yourself, I will give each of my children my full attention, phone down, everything down, everybody out of, out of that moment. I will give each of the children 10 minutes every day. And that 10 minutes doesn't even have to happen at the same time. Like when I come back from work immediately, that 10 minutes can happen at different times. You come in, you're tired, you're in your room, and you're like, hey, what's up? Who is there? Come and gist me. What happened today? And all of that. And then that one goes and all of that. Do something, and after a while, walk into the room of the next person so that it's not as if, okay, it's one program. But yes, even if you decide to program it, who is going to come and beat you? If you decide to call your kids in one after the other, if that is a routine in your home, so be it. I'm sure the children will look forward to it. Okay, but you can just decide, okay, I'm just going to stop by for 10 minutes in each of their rooms before they go to bed. Hey, what's up? What's going on? You sit on the bed, you lie on the bed. Guess what happened today? You give them gist, and then you invite them to also talk to you about what their day was like. It could just simply be that. It could just simply be, what were you able to do today? Or if your child, you could create a system in your home where your child practices their skills for a number of minutes every day. In the mastermind circle, we got the children, okay, to set goals for the last quarter of the mastermind circle from June to August. Okay, Now we ensure that they set at least 3 goals, that you are going to focus on, pay attention to. 3 goals and maximum 5 goals that you will focus on and pay attention to for these 3 months. Because at the end of these 3 months, you must see results. We want results. And that result doesn't have to be that you will hit all the targets that you have. But at least we want to see you move from point A to point B so that we know that you have made some progress. And we didn't just leave them as saying, set those goals. I sat down with every single one of them to create plans to achieve these goals. So when you see their goals or you see their vision board, you would actually see the goal, and you will see at least 3 steps that they take or they're taking to achieve those goals. And guess what? We don't even leave it there. We also give them accountability. So I'm reaching out during the week. So what's up? What have you done? So they are giving daily reports. I did this today. So we can see that they're already working on those goals. See, dear parents, there is no way that you apply principles and you apply the skills that are needed to achieve something that you will not achieve it. Even if you do not achieve it 100%, there will be progress. It is said that the reason why we fail at things is because we do not apply the principles that it takes to win at that thing, and we do not have the skill that it takes, or you did not apply it. So you either do not have it at all or you do not apply it. But if you're able to create those goals and you're able to put out a plan and then you do something about that plan every day, it is like, you know the way we mount little blocks and we can make a whole mountain, or you can make a whole tower from the little blocks that you mount. It's the same way. So if you can teach our children this way, if you can support our children this way, showing up, and you're asking, what did you do today? Or you already talked about it. Okay, you're practicing skills tomorrow. What are you going to do? I'm going to do this. And then you come back. So how did it go today? What did you do with the coach? Or what did you do during your skill time? When you do this, you're showing up. Or show me, what were you able to do today? And then the child is excited. My daughter is excited to show you every time she writes a new book. Oh, there was one that I saw this morning. I think I should have brought it. Okay, that's why she wrote this. I saw this morning. She was writing yesterday. She actually wrote, So the moment you show interest and you show off, then the child will also show off. That's the truth about it. All right. When you show up, the child will show up. Help them uncover what is possible. What is possible. Sometimes your children are operating, okay, they're doing something and they're doing it at a small level. Do you know you can come and stretch them? The fact that you are able to say, try this, and the child tries it, that's when the child realizes, I can actually even do it, isn't it? I can actually do this thing even better than I am doing it right now. But if you are not present, if you're not showing up, then you are not able to suggest to them, because you don't even know what they are doing in the first place. So where's the suggestion going to come? I say this every time, how we are so skilled. Some of us are so knowledgeable. Some of us are so great at the things that we do at our workplaces. Yet our children will never meet that part of you. That part of you that gets all the accolades, that part of you that wins all the awards, that part of you that makes you the captain of your industry, that part of you that is why you are relevant in the workplace. That part of you, your child would never know. And this is a huge part of you. The part of you that is fulfilling purpose and is changing lives or is impacting the world, your child never gets to know. The only you that your child gets to know is probably the nagging mommy or the nagging daddy. The only you that your child gets to know is the mommy or the daddy who comes in and says, how are you doing? Will you pick that thing? You didn't do that right, and all of that. Can we allow our children meet us and meet every part of us? Can we allow our children know us and know us through and through? Just because we are present to see the things that they are interested in, we're showing up. And so we can share perspective of these things with our children. We can guide them. We can give them suggestions because we have been there and done that. These are the things that will help your children stand out and become exceptional. But more than that, these are the things that will help your children become everything that God has created them to be. All right, you need to now provide the support that they need, provide the resources that they need, provide the environment that they need. All right, if your child has an interest, then you have to provide the environment for the child to thrive in that thing. We notice our daughter likes clothes. Our daughter loves clothes. You know, right now our daughter will say to me, "Mommy, this doesn't." They don't. How does she say it? They don't mingle. How does she even put it? Basically, you know, the assemblage that you have, it's that she's not feeling it. She turned 9 just last week, you know, but she's in that space where she's not second guessing herself as per her choices or as per the things that she thinks is okay when it comes to many things, fashion inclusive. All right. So she will actually say to you, "I want to wear this," and she will argue with you. If Mommy, it passes the litmus test. It is good for the weather. It is appropriate for the occasion, right? It's appropriate for the occasion. It's good for the weather. I am comfortable in it and I like it. Why shouldn't I wear it? And really, this she would tell you why she should, you know, and all of that. Now we said, okay, instead of staying here and be saying, "I beg, you're too young, don't do that." Why? Let's channel that into something. And so I got her to start taking fashion design classes, right? I got her right from when she was 6. She started taking fashion design classes. So right now, if our daughter wants to really wear something, and you come with the excuse that there's a tear, just wait for her. She will go and get her needle. She will get her thread, and she will sew that thing. I remember one time she wanted to wear a pair of leggings, and I'm like, "I can see a tear on that leggings. You can't be pretending that you don't know that that tear is there." And she's like, "Oh, okay." The next thing she went to, she got her whatever, and the next thing I saw, in fact, she came out wearing it after about 20 minutes or something like that. She came out wearing it. And I'm like, "But I said you cannot wear it. It has a tear." She didn't even answer me. She just lifted her leg like, "Can you see?" Like, basically, don't stress me. I just said, like, "What happened?" And she was like, "I sewed it." You know, so now she's that way. Now you are complaining about a button or something that is not there. And she's like, "Give it to me, Mommy. I'll fix your button for you." All right. She's already, now she irons. And she irons because she learned to iron in sewing school. So she wants to wear something. She's not going all about begging her brother, "Can you iron for me?" She just puts her thing and whatever. And then she goes on ironing her thing. And she's like, "I got this. I learned to iron in sewing school." And so what we have done is every summer holiday, we get her to do a bit of training in that area. Every summer holiday. But then again, I have provided, there is a machine in my house constantly. So at any level that you get to, you can mount on the machine and move. Do you understand? So we have provided the environment, we have provided the encouragement, we have provided all that she needs. She can go and get the thread and needle because she knows where to get it because it's available. So provide that way. All right, be positive. You can hear me already. I sound very positive about these things. So be positive about it. Don't turn it to every time the child is able to get away, that's all you know. It's only this. Will you drop that book and go and take your school book? All you know is how to write stories. Now, this is you being negative, right? This is you being negative about something that the child loves to do, enjoys doing, you know, something that you should be building, and now you are there being negative about it. So you need to come in there and, you know, be that positive parent. You need to be a role model to your child. When our children see us pursue the things that we love, when our children see us passionate about the things that we know how to do, when our children see us not give up, but giving ourselves to the things that we love to do or the things that we know how to do. There is no other encouragement, there is no other support, there is no other teaching that is more than the fact that you are able to model this to your child. Passionate parents actually raise children who become passionate. They may not be passionate about the same thing that you're passionate about, but whatever it is that they get their hands to do, whatever it is that is their interest, whatever it is that is their hobby that they're able to build skills out of, you will realize that they become passionate also because you have set the stage for them to understand the place of passion. And they can look at you. Your results would, of course, also propel the passion in them because now they can see that hard work has got fruits. They can see that hard work and that result doesn't just have to be monetary results. That results can actually be the fact that they see you fulfilled. That results can actually be the fact that they see the kind of impact that you are creating. That result can actually be the feedback that they see from the people, and I mean how people, react to you, and how people come to you for support. Do you know these are things that your children are proud of you about? Do you know, over and over again, we keep saying to our children, we keep making it seem like they need to make you proud. They need to make you proud. Some of us place it as a demand that our children make us proud. Have you ever thought of you making your child proud? Do you know your child wants to be proud of you as well? Now, what is it that you are doing that the child can see, that the child can mirror? That you are a mirror to the child, that will help the child, first of all, be proud of you, and would be the reason why your child wants to be someone that his children, her children, the world will be proud of. All right. What is it that you are doing that is creating impact that will make your child want to go on that impact highway, as Chima would say? Okay. What is it that you are doing that will be the reason why your child also wants to be someone who impacts the world? We go about today, everybody is an influencer. We should start asking the question, who are you influencing? What are you influencing? What is it that you are influencing in people? Someone comes and the person, I don't want to downgrade anything, but hey, we have that influencer, that title has been bastardized so much that someone is out there with all the horrible examples in the world. Someone is out there putting out a narrative that will destroy people, a narrative that is destroying the society, a narrative that is not right. And then what? Because of how the society has been brought to a point where values have been shot and values have been eroded, now we errad and we praise people who are bad examples to our children, to the society. People who are the reason why more children are getting mad on the street. People who are the reason why our rehabilitation homes are full. People who are the reason why young people are full in bunkers, because they want to be like these people, because they see the lifestyle that these people live, and they see the part of the lifestyle that these people live that seems flamboyant. These people do not put out the hard work that they do behind the scene. They don't put this out for our children to see. They don't put it out for these young people to see. They only put the flamboyant side part out. So So how is your child going to understand this if you are not being an example yourself? How is your child going to see that these examples that are out there and the examples that these people put out there is not real? How would they have the brain to understand this at their young ages? Remember, they're not fully developed till somewhere in their 20s. So if your child is not hearing the right thing, the child is not seeing the right thing, the child does not have a good model in their father, in their mother. And we're not just talking about talking. We're not just talking about them assuming. What are you living? What life do you have in front of your child that is mirroring to your child who they should be? These things are very key. It is in the small things. It is in the activities at church. It is in the activities at home. It is in the activities in the children's school. It is in how you talk to people. It is in how you show up. It is how you are interested in the things that they do. It is in how you are passionate about the things that you do. Not from a place of them assuming, but because they can see you being passionate and they can see the outcome of your passion. Okay. Finally, you want to talk to your child. All right. So the last part, we still have two parts. Obviously, we can't do all of them today because we've already taken so much time. And this show is actually for between 15 and 30 minutes. So we'll have to stop here. We have two more parts that we will be talking about tomorrow. If you would like to be a part of this show, then set your alarm and join us every day at 8:30 a.m. Well, especially, of course, today is an exceptional day because of all the issues that we had at the beginning. So that's why we're here at this time. But usually we're here from 8:30 till 9 o'clock, and then we are off. And you can take the lessons that you have learned and go and begin to apply it in your home. But more than that, you want to get yourself in a community where you are constantly learning. So join our communities and learn from us. But join a parenting community for yourself that can hold you accountable. I do not run parenting communities that hold you accountable, but we can recommend. I belong to one that is powerful, and I can recommend that. If you need that, reach out to me inbox, and I will recommend that to you. All right, we have a community for young children. In fact, I can tell you right off, Coach Wendy runs an amazing, parenting community, the Inner Circle for Parents. Go reach out, and be a part of that community. All right, boy, we want a powerful, when I mean powerful, effective, and close-knit community for children, a foundation ground, especially for young children. Okay, it's called the Mastermind Circle. We guide everything that we're teaching here is born from the curriculum that we run in the Mastermind Circle. So if you have children between 6 and 14, you want to bring them to the Mastermind Circle so that we can collaborate with you. We can partner with you on this journey, and we work with you on this journey for 365 days. A whole year is a yearly subscription program. And the best part about the Mastermind Circle? It is just less than 6,000 naira per month. So what it means is you get to pay about 70,000 for the entire year. Entire year. I didn't say 1 week. The other day, my son was going to write Hausa, and he said he wanted a teacher that can help him navigate, let him just understand how to answer Hausa questions. And for some reason, for a second, I thought about it, because we believe in scaffolding. We don't do lesson teachers, but if there is a need that the child has for time and I can't help the child, and there is someone that can help the child, I will bring in the person for that period so that this person can scaffold and help him get the hang of the concept and all of that. How we're going to do that with Hausa, I don't know. But I was ready to try. And then I called up somebody, and he was supposed to work with him for 4 days. 4 days. And he was charging me 35,000 naira. 3 and 5,000 naira for 4 days. All right. So when he said that, I turned and I said to my son, 4 days is 35,000 naira. Yet the mastermind is 1 whole year for 70,000. Please get your children on board. Let's do magic together. Thank you for joining us today. I can't wait to see you tomorrow on the show again. Well, we'll be right here at 8:30, and we will be concluding how you can support your child to pursue their talent or their passion and their hobbies. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day. Bye. Let's see your comments and your questions in the comment section, please. Bye.